What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today's part will conclude this series. All these different paths will finally converge. With everything set up so far, what's going to happen in this part? Who will come out victorious? Will Vegeta finally get his revenge? Or will things go okay for our heroes? Well, stick around to find out. For this video, let's set a like goal of 2,500 likes. If we hit that, it lets me know that you guys want to see more scenarios like this, and it really helps with the channel, so be sure to drop a like. Anyways, let's pick up from here and finish this story. Death will follow. Vegeta could get his revenge, Cell could turn evil, maybe both, maybe neither. This part will dictate the course of the universe. Who lives? Who dies? Vegeta continues training with Beerus and Whis, relentlessly trying to get stronger. He does anything in his power to do so. Thankfully, he's still immortal. No one's actually gathered the Dragon Balls yet, and this makes his training a lot more effective. But he wants to use it as quickly as possible. Now that people do know he's immortal, it could be reversed easily. So he lives every moment like it's his last. He doesn't act too reckless with it, but he still has that bruteness within him. And that same bruteness is what helps him achieve Ultra Ego, exactly what Beerus is looking for. Not exactly what Whis wanted, but still, this is something. And Vegeta's elated. With this power, the power of a god of destruction, and immortality, he's unstoppable. There's no way to stop him now. Like, how do you end that? How do you stop someone that powerful? You can't. Although, there is one person seeking out Vegeta, trying to do exactly that, and it's Cell. He looks around, trying to find Vegeta anywhere in space that he can. He wants to make sure what Gohan did was permanent, but he also does want to fight Vegeta. He has no clue of where Vegeta could possibly be. Gohan just dropped him off on some random planet, and now they don't sense Vegeta at all. But as Cell continues searching around, it finally hits him. He's not looking in the right place. No. Vegeta's not in this realm. He's somewhere else. And Cell, he has access to those realms. He does have use of the Kai Kai, thanks to all the great info he's collected so far. Well, there's only one way to find out where Vegeta is. Try out this technique. He tries to picture everything he knows about this universe. He goes to Otherworld, he goes to Hell, but there's somewhere he's missing. Wait a second, the God of Destruction. He has vague knowledge, but maybe that God of Destruction exists in a separate place, and there is a slim chance that Vegeta could be there. Cell hopes not, but he decides to check it out anyways. And sure enough, Cell ends up on Beerus' planet, seeing 3 people there, Beerus, Whis, and Vegeta. They're surprised to see someone made their way here, and Vegeta's especially surprised. That's that guy from Earth, that android. What, did he come here for revenge? That's not gonna work. Vegeta tells Cell, this time, if he's trying to fight, there's no way he's gonna win. First of all, he doesn't have any of his friends with him. And second of all, Vegeta has great new techniques at his disposal. Not to mention an immense amount of new power, and he's still immortal on top of all that. And Cell gets right down to business. He tells Vegeta that's exactly what he's here to do. Defeat him once and for all. Beerus and Whis look on. At first, Beerus contemplates destroying Cell, but this could be interesting. Seeing Vegeta fight someone that might be his equal. Who knows though, maybe Cell's way below him, maybe he's way beyond Vegeta. This could be fun to watch at least, so they sit back and let Vegeta do whatever he wants. Vegeta powers up, jumping into battle, showing off one of his new forms, Super Saiyan God. And as the two clash, Vegeta begins talking with Cell. He can see it within him. Cell isn't fully good, and they could work together, become rivals. Cell would be a good rival for him after all. He has great powers, and even though he's not immortal, that regeneration, it's close enough. They would be perfect to fight each other. Vegeta could tell that he has that fighting spirit within him, and apparently, Cell is an amalgamation of all those other people on Earth, which means he's part Saiyan. This is in his blood. He loves fighting, doesn't he? That also should mean he's part Vegeta too. He could appeal to that side. Appeal to the part of Cell that he influences. And he also tells Cell something that he probably didn't even realize yet. Cell has Vegeta's DNA, and not the old one, no. He has an updated version of what Vegeta actually is, all that data on him, plus the power that he stole from Vegeta. His drones continue to operate, but also, Cell has physically stolen some power from him back in their first fight. Does that also mean more of Vegeta's DNA is within him now? Does Vegeta have more influence? And more importantly, does that mean Cell is partially immortal thanks to Vegeta's DNA? Cell never even realized that. He didn't think of it like that, and he doesn't really want to try it out because it could be risky. The only way he could find out is if he just tries to kill himself. But obviously that's not a good idea. But what Vegeta says might be true. He has felt different ever since, not just with Vegeta's influence, but also in terms of his strength, his regeneration and all. And Vegeta can see that he's getting into Cell's head. He wants a rival, right? Someone to have fun with. Vegeta could be that person. He powers up into Super Saiyan Blue. He tells Cell he could fight this. The two of them can grow stronger together and take over this universe. All he has to do is just join Vegeta's side. Vegeta's willing to give him a chance. He knows Cell was created to protect Earth, but maybe he could be influenced. He could join the winning side. The evil parts of Cell start to become more prevalent. He's loyal to Earth, and he tells Vegeta he can't just turn on them like that. But Vegeta still tries to corrupt him, and Beerus encourages it too. He sees what Vegeta's doing. Although he wouldn't really want to have another student here to train, it could be interesting to train Cell. This guy seems interesting. But also, it'll help Vegeta grow stronger, which is the most important thing. The two continue fighting, and Cell starts slowing down a bit, considering what Vegeta's telling him. Vegeta then shows off his ultimate power, Ultra Ego. He tells Cell he knows one way to influence him, and Cell is amazed. He's not going to be able to contend with this strength. He can't even really sense it too well, but he vaguely has an idea of it, and he can tell. This power, it's too much for him. And Vegeta pulls out his trump card to convince Cell. He kills Cell, or at least attempts to. He doesn't use a Hakai or anything. He doesn't want to erase Cell for good, but he launches an attack so powerful that every little bit of him is gone. So strong that his mechanical regeneration is overcome. And for a moment, everything is silent. But Cell regenerates, and it's not his normal regeneration. He just pops back into place. He's confused. How did that happen? He should have died from that. He came back stronger as well. And Vegeta tells him, this is what he was saying. Cell is immortal too. They're equals. Cell has an eternal conflict. All the while, Vegeta does too. He was bluffing. Last time, he said he didn't really need anyone else. But honestly, he might need a rival like this, just to ease the boredom. He can't just fight Beerus and Whis all the time. That's not going to let him go anywhere. Fighting an actual rival that's his equal, having someone to connect with, he needs that. He needs someone to keep him sane. Whether that's a friend, rival, or whatever. But also someone that he can control. Someone that won't turn against him. Someone loyal to him. And Cell's the one person he could think of. First there was Broly, but he honestly can't trust Broly anymore, and Broly's gone, so that's no concern to him. So why not go for Cell? He tells Cell he'll let him consider it. Powering down, allowing Cell to just leave. Which is strange. Beerus and Whis are surprised to see this too. And Cell, he has an opening to attack Vegeta, but he doesn't. He actually just uses the Kai Kai and goes right back to Earth. He starts considering things. What Vegeta said is true, and honestly, he's also getting kind of bored. The people here on Earth, they're too weak for him to contend with, too weak for him to have a fun rivalry with. Although, Goku and Gohan are still trying to access something new. They've been trying to utilize that power of Grade 8 that was mentioned before. And thanks to help from Bulma and from Cell's research too, they might have figured out a way. Bulma created a machine called a Blitzwave machine, one that replicates the energy from the moon that makes Saiyans transform into Grade Apes. Utilizing that, Goku and Gohan are able to transform into Grade Apes without their tails, then stacking Super Saiyan on top of it, and eventually unlocking a brand new form. And normally this would be amazing for Cell, but after fighting Vegeta, this is nothing. He sees this form and yeah, it's cool. It's some sort of weird monkey form and it is way more powerful than anything they've used before. Cell sees Super Saiyan 4 and he's not too intrigued with it. After seeing what Vegeta has in store, this isn't fun. All he's been doing here is just sitting here, being their punching bag, and he can't even fight back. Anything he does, it's not fun. He was built to fight. He needs to fight. And with the two of them unlocking this new power, they train with it for a bit. But Cell wants to test something out. He wants to see how strong they truly are. So he makes them fight him, and he tells them not to hold anything back. Goku's a bit confused. Cell's acting a little different this time. But the two of them fighting Cell isn't abnormal, so they don't really question it. A battle begins, and Cell is clearly way ahead of them. Even with the two of them utilizing this form, it's nothing. Remember, Cell just got stronger too thanks to his fight with Vegeta. And he's completely out of their league. And he contemplates it. Mid-fight, he can kill them. He can show off his true strength. He can finish them here and now. Join Vegeta. Do what Vegeta said. Get a good rival. Someone who's actually around his level in terms of power. Have fun fights. Enjoy himself. Use his full strength. What he was made for. But he can't bring himself to do it. He has these intrusive thoughts about killing Goku and Gohan, but he can't do it. He easily defeats them, and the two are still amazed. Cell is still as strong as ever, and they thank him for the fight. And Cell, he hesitates for a second, but then he sticks a hand out, turning towards Goku and Gohan, aiming a blast at them. Gohan looks on confused, shocked at first, but then he sees that Cell is serious. If Cell is actually going to do this, then so be it. He powers back up into Super Saiyan 4. And Cell's kind of shocked too. They're not confused by this? Considering that Cell just turned on them, they're acting pretty nonchalant about it, like they knew this would happen. and Goku says flat out, they always knew that Cell might have had this within him, and they knew that they had to be prepared for this day. They're honestly kind of disappointed. They thought Cell was better than this. But they just want to know, what changed Cell? What happened to him that did this? They know he had that evilness within him, but they never thought it would be prevalent. Cell curses, aiming his hand away, launching the blast up into the sky. And he clearly wasn't holding back. It's a massive blast, making Goku and Gohan's stomach drop, but Cell then powers down, slamming his hand into the ground. Vegeta's getting in his head, and he tells them everything. He sought out Vegeta. He was gonna kill him, but he ended up fighting him, and Vegeta was trying to convince him to join his side. And Cell considered it for a bit. He explains everything, why he thought that way too. And they kinda actually understand where Cell's coming from. Look how strong he is, what he was created to be. They're not surprised that he's facing this dilemma, although this definitely isn't the way to go about it. Goku turns to Cell. He has a perfect idea. They'll attain Vegeta's power. Cell has no clue what they mean, but Goku says look at them. They're Saiyans, and if Vegeta can grow that way, they can too. I mean, they became Super Saiyans when he did, so who's to say they can't get his forms as well? And Cell never thought of it that way. Yeah, they could all grow stronger together, maybe even getting rid of Vegeta down the line. But more importantly, everyone's on better terms now. They all continue discussing after the fight, but suddenly, 3 people appear out of nowhere. Minutes after the fight ended, it's Vegeta, also those 2 other people from that planet, Beerus and Whis. Vegeta seems ticked off. He's monitored this fight thanks to Whis, wanting to watch Cell's reaction, but just as he thought, Cell isn't fit to be a rival. He may as well end this now then. He's been waiting to do so anyways, and after seeing this fight through Whis, he knows that he could win here, and he knows that nothing's gonna change. He'll always be on top of them. Part of him kinda wanted to see how strong they'd become, give himself more of a challenge, but it doesn't seem like they'll catch up anytime soon. Goku and Gohan weren't expecting this. They're a little worn out from that fight with Cell too, but immediately they try and power up again, with Cell jumping in too. Everyone attacks Vegeta at once, as he transforms into Ultra Ego. He contemplates. He could just erase them here and now, ending it quickly. But a fight would be much more fun. He won't resort to that trick. His strength is enough to win here. But on a whim, Cell ends up having an idea. He wants to try and absorb Vegeta. That way he can gain his power. That's the only way he sees any sort of path to victory here. While Vegeta's distracted by Goku and Gohan, and also confident due to his own power, Cell's able to find an opening, widening his tail and trying to absorb Vegeta. That power will be his. Goku tells Cell not to do it. It's too risky. Beyond the fact that Vegeta might influence him even more than he has now, they don't know if it'll even work. But Cell says this is their only opportunity, the only way they could win. They can't kill him, so why not contain him like this? Beerus and Whis watch on with surprise as Vegeta disappears. And Cell stands there. He doesn't feel any different, but then he starts to feel strange. This isn't power that he's feeling, it's something else. Cell starts glowing, and then a massive explosion. A purple light illuminates the area, and when it dissipates, nothing is left, besides some purple sparkles, some dust, and Vegeta. He Hakai'd Cell from within him. This enrages Vegeta, and it'll only fuel him further. He didn't want to resort to that. No more cheap tricks here. He wanted to win with his own power, but Cell, he gave Vegeta no choice. No more. He's not losing to any cheap tricks any longer. But they don't understand. How did he kill Cell? And Vegeta tells them. Cell might have DNA and data from Vegeta, but he isn't Vegeta. He can't survive something like that. The stupid robot should have taken his offer. But Vegeta knows something here isn't right. He saw this not too long before. Cell's not dead. Does this android have some sort of game here? He knows Cell can instantly regenerate if he wanted to, but for some reason, he's not. Vegeta will go along with it for now. He's faking his death, but he doesn't know why. Goku and Gohan enraged, jumping in once again. A 2v1. This is more like it. Vegeta's kind of enjoying it, willingly accepting damage from them. Not that they could do much anyways, but any damage he does take will help him grow stronger. He won't need to erase them. He could just simply kill them. And he tells them, in all honesty, they're amazing Saiyan warriors. Seeing them grow to this level and getting new forms, it's been interesting to him, and it gave him some very valuable info that he didn't even know. But he's been waiting to do this for a while. An all-out battle with no tricks, no crutches, no teleporting him away, no androids, just a battle. A contest of raw power. But the issue is, it's no contest. Vegeta wins. Easily, in fact. Killing both Goku and Gohan. He powers back down. It's no surprise that he won. And they just kind of delayed the inevitable all this time. But something about that wasn't really too fulfilling. It's the same issue that Cell had. Vegeta's been waiting for this for so long, and it wasn't even really that fun. It wasn't a challenge at all. Think about what happened with Cell too. He was going through something similar, and Vegeta realizes that conundrum now. Beerus commends Vegeta. Well done. Not that there was any doubt that he could win here, but it was fun watching that form in action. And now the real fun can begin. With nothing in Vegeta's way, Vegeta's now only focused on one thing. No longer focused on that revenge or anything else. Now, he could train to become the next god of destruction, attaining even more power than before. He tells them he's ready to leave, but before he goes, he wants to make sure this planet causes no more trouble. He taps the ground. The planet cracks, glowing purple. Beerus, Whis, and Vegeta all depart as the planet explodes. No more of that. Vegeta could leave that all in the past. Looking ahead, it's only him. No one to contend against him.
Well, besides Beerus. But he'll overcome Beerus next. Just give him some time. Vegeta is truly above everything. And now, he's pretty much unstoppable. They arrive back on Beerus' planet. Vegeta sees a very familiar face there. It's Cell. He knew it. Of course he'd come join Vegeta. When Cell got quote-unquote killed by Vegeta just then, it made him realize this was inevitable. No matter what Goku and Gohan had in mind, it wouldn't work. Vegeta is truly the one to be his rival. But Vegeta questions, why'd he leave Earth? Why'd he fake his death? And Cell has two reasons. He knew, for one, that this was Vegeta's fight. He didn't want to meddle. And at the same time, although he hates to admit it, he didn't have the heart to watch Goku and Gohan die, much less participate in that. Vegeta tells Cell that's kind of pathetic, but he's glad that Cell's showing more signs of being like Vegeta, kinda. The guy made to kill Goku. Being made to be good, and then being corrupted by Vegeta. And this is only the beginning. For eternity, the two of them will be rivals, growing exponentially stronger together, doing whatever they please, being the strongest in this universe and any other that's out there. And this is where we'll end off our series. So I looked back at the original ending, and I genuinely don't know what happened there, why I wrote it like that. My apologies, there's a reason that I changed it in this version of the scenario. In case you have no clue what I'm talking about, well, there's a different finale to this series. It's a good ending. One where Vegeta's defeated, but it doesn't really make much sense. But if you don't like bad endings, hey, there's this for you. Just be prepared to heavily suspend your disbelief for that. Again, there's a reason I changed it. Looking back, there's some plot holes, and it's just kind of weird in general. Doesn't make too much sense now in hindsight, but hindsight is 2020. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this scenario, and be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Anyways, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the series, and I'll see you on my next video.